Greetings, beloved beings of light. Hope you're having the most beautiful, blessed day and this most powerful eclipse corridor. I have a very special teaching transmission for all of you today. I'm going to do this a little different. I'm going to split this video up into different times, different places, and put it together for this most powerful time of this year through the equinox and this eclipse corridor. We have massive energies flowing in. So this is going to be something a little different here. Today, we're going to transmit a very special Dharma, which is truth, Dharma Talk here, to explain some of these energies that many of you are going through in this time of the great shift. So we're going to start off, take some slow, deep breaths, prepare your sacred space, light some incense, burn some candles, grab your favorite crystals. We're going to have some massive energies coming through this transmission, through this most powerful lunar eclipse, blood moon here. So breathe in and out your nose, take slow, deep breaths, filling your body with the heavenly chi, the holy energy of Great Spirit, of Mother, Father, God, infinite source creator, flowing through your sacred vessel. And we'll ring our gong here 3 times, one for each Dan Dian, lower belly. Breathe, filling your body with the golden chi, the golden energy, the dragon energies, filling your vessel, the power, the wisdom, and the light, the love of truth, of source. Put your awareness in your heart center. Breathe deeply, slowly in and out your nose. Tongue lightly on the roof of your mouth, spine gently straight. Smile, 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 ground, ground, ground. Bring your awareness up to the crown, upper dantian, in the brain, and the skull. The crystal palace at the center. The crystal palace holds the sacred glands of the pineal and the pituitary. It's the doorway to spirit. This is Shen Gong. Shen is spirit in Chinese. And as we sit in meditation, we experience the stillness within. It's the kingdom of heaven within. So I'd like to talk a few minutes about these energies and about the duality of the matrix. You see, this Thursday night into Friday morning, the 13th into the 14th, we have this most powerful full moon, blood moon, worm moon, lunar eclipse. Also Friday, Freya of the goddess, 13 on Thursday, Friday, 14. Is also the day of Holi, Holi, the Hindu festival, the Hindu celebration of Krishna and Radha. Krishna and Radha are the physical manifestations of pure divine union, of Shakti and Shiva, divine feminine, divine masculine coming together, symbolic of the eagle and the condor. My sacred condor and I are holding this template for all of you of divine union, of divine counterparts, of sacred union, heros gamos, the sacred marriage of the masculine and feminine coming together, the yin with the yang, the water and the fire come together in the sacred heart center. So we have massive Pleiadian energy coming in through this eclipse corridor and the equinox. Now it has been brought to our attention that through this equinox gateway on the 20th to the 21st, this Pleiadian portal, we have been told, we have been transmitted the gnosis that this will be the marker point, the portal, the pillar of the end of the Kali Yuga into the Satya Yuga. This will be a culmination a point of harmonic convergence. I generally don't like to put out dates in the future because then people put their expectations into a certain day and time. You see, a great mind once said, we must eliminate all expectations and simply practice appreciation and gratitude for where we are now, for what we have, for what we are, for this time together that we share in this sacred simulation. You see, this matrix, this Maya, this illusion, there's great beauty within this simulation. The matrix does not mean something bad, although bad things happen within the matrix, within this reality, within this dream. You see, I like to present this simulation, this duality from a higher perspective to help free you from the conflicts, from the drama of the matrix, from the duality. You see, many of our people have been through many years of what we call shadow work. This is facing the dark within. Now, I'd like you all to see, we talk about this dark versus light, good versus evil, black versus white, all these things. But from a higher perspective, from the mind of Buddha, Buddha is an awakened mind, the awakened one, awakened consciousness, what we call pure awareness. And from this state of pure awareness, from purity, from clarity, true knowledge, truth, we see that emptiness is form, and form is emptiness. The light is the dark, and the dark is the light, for they are intrinsically linked. One cannot exist without the other. And just because we use these words, these concepts, dark and light, dark does not necessarily mean bad, and light does not necessarily mean good. There's good within the bad and bad within the good. You see, that's what the symbol of the yin-yang of the Tai Chi, of the black and the white. You see, within the black is the white, within the white is the black. And for one example, you see, we use these concepts merely as points of reference. You might say white hat, dark hat, or black hat. The white hats were the good guys in like these cowboy movies. The good guys were white, the bad guys were black hats. It's part of the story, part of the drama. But I'd like you all to see, because in the yin is the feminine, the negative. This does not mean bad. You see, for one example, negative ions are good for the body. They help heal, to help neutralize free radicals in the body. Sometimes positive ions too much, are bad. They harm the vessel, they cause inflammation, these things. This is just one of many examples. You see, there's great beauty within the shadow. See, part of the shadow work when we face these negative things, we might say, they do not mean bad. Sadness is not bad. Fear is not bad. They're merely energy. It's when we come into conflict, when fear rises up about these things, that causes problems. When we're afraid of fear, when fear looks like a bad thing. You see, fear is to protect you from bad things happening. You don't want to run in front of a bus or put your hand on a hot plate, or a hot burner, or into a flame. Like this flame here, you don't want to hold your hand over it like that. You get burned, when you're in the simulation. So we must see these things. We say the dark night of the soul, the dark night of the soul is when we go through great suffering. I went through in my life over 1,000 or more dark nights of the soul. I went into the deepest, darkest hells that this world can present, that one can experience beyond what most people can even imagine. The deepest, darkest hells of trauma, torture, humiliation, heartbreak, all these things, just like many of our starseeds, to experience all that this world has to offer, good, bad, right, or wrong. Many petty tyrants come along our way just as simply mirrors and teachers. These are our lessons, and it's what brought me to the masters, the great suffering that I went through. Not that you need to suffer to come to enlightenment. This is what every master will teach. Suffering is just part of the process, but it's not necessary, you see. So when we look at this from a higher perspective, we see the light within the dark within the light. And we send our love, we fill this realm, we fill this quantum field with the love of the Christos Sophia, the Christ, the Krishna, the Sophia, the Radha, the Shakti. These are all symbols of divine feminine and divine masculine. Let us not get attached to the symbols. You see, the Zen masters say these are merely fingers pointing to enlightenment, or the moon. The moon in Buddhism symbolizes enlightenment because it reflects the sun perfectly. It's the pure mind, the pure awareness that reflects everything perfectly. You see, when you sit in meditation, Dojin Roshi of the Soto lineage of Zen Buddhism would teach, you sit still. You see, there's a koan. When you sit still like a mountain in body, mind, and spirit, you transform into dragon and swallow the whole universe. What does this mean? It means many things, but what does it mean to you? See, the external we think is out there, it's actually inside us, and what is inside us is out there. You know, it's a reflection, it's a hologram. The one is the many and the many is the one. This is what you realize when you look at this world, when you look at life from your true self, your sacred self, your higher self, and the oneness of all things. You see, a Buddha, a Christ, an awakened being, an ascended master simply means a being of consciousness, living 100% from the heart, being connected to all things, experiencing and witnessing, and living in that oneness. You see, the Buddha walked the middle path. He created the teachings of the middle path. Not too high, not too low, not too hot, not too cold. You don't starve yourself or overindulge. You find that middle way, which is the path with heart. It is the path of the divine feminine, the water path, the path of least resistance. You see, when we're in this simulation, we've been programmed to think in terms of light versus dark, good versus bad, of duality. You see, when I went to the Zen masters, many masters found me, and I found many masters and shamans and sages and healers along the way of my journey that transmitted this gnosis, this knowledge to me. You see, there's book learning. I read thousands of books since I was about 2 years old, as far back as I can remember. Read thousands of books and got all the knowledge, the information that I could. And I went to the masters to get the wisdom, the teachings, the verbal. You see, I sat at the feet of many masters over many years, over 33 years. Since I was 17 years old, I went to the first master, but a shaman found me when I was 11 in Juarez and touched my cheek and transmitted the Nawal to me. And my whole world was flipped upside down that year. That was 1984. And then the 88 portal of the original Lion's Gate, which shifted this whole timeline, flipped it upside down into the chaos and strangeness. A lot of great violence came through there to teach us these lessons of healing and shadow, the way the shadow, see. The mind wants to think in terms of black or white and forgets about the divine neutrality, the 50 shades of gray in between. You see, this gray zone, this is the void zone. It's the zone, divine neutrality, and then you have these two paths, the left and the right, the red, the blue, the black, the white. You see, the red path, the masculine, the martial arts, and then the blue path, the feminine, the healing waters, the fire and the waters, they come together in prayer. This is Gasho, Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu. You see, for several years, I was an initiate of the Zen Shin Sangha, Zen Buddhism and Shin Buddhism. So I learned from the two different lineages. The way of meditation, Zen means meditation, Japanese. Shin from Shinran is the Pure Land sect of Amida Buddha. From Sanskrit, Amitabha. If you've been to Sedona, maybe you visited that beautiful spot. I've been there a couple times, of the temple of Amitabha, the Buddha of the West, the red Buddha. And this is the time of this pure land manifest what we call 5D, or the new golden age. You see, through this portal, through these eclipses, so we have our first eclipse. I'll be releasing this video on the day of the eclipse, the 14th. This is a few days before I'm recording this. Into the equinox, 20th, 21st, and then the new moon and solar eclipse at the end of the month, around the 29th. So this equinox in between the two eclipses, which is a very powerful portal. So the Zen master would teach that, one of the Zen masters taught me that nothing is as it seems, nor is it otherwise, because the mind wants to pick and choose. There's also a koan, Hadyuen, picking and choosing, and the Zen master, as the Buddha said upon his enlightenment, in the heavens, he reached to the heavens and touched the earth. In the heavens and upon the earth, I alone am. I am, the world-honored one, for there is only one consciousness in eternity of the I am. And it resides within each of you that are watching this, in all life, consciousness. But it is one consciousness experiencing itself as infinite, individual perceptions, stories, whatever you want to call this form, this life, this dream. So we evolve, consciousness has evolved over millions of years to this time, the highest level, the ninth wave, the ninth level of the Mayan pyramid is unity consciousness. So we have this Pleiadian energy of our Pleiadian star nation coming through. They want to connect with all of you. You can open your heart to them if it resonates with you. You see, many of our people are First Nations people, our tribes of the Aborigines of Australia, the Dogon, the Cherokee. My friend Shahana Ojizade would say that her grandmother, you see, some of my ancestors, I was told, were Cherokee, great-grandmother on my father's side. They would teach that, and this was transmitted to me from Shahana Ojizade many moons ago, that her grandmother taught her that the Cherokee ancestors came from the Pleiades on crystal arcs, crystal ships. You see, it's very symbolic, just like Noah's Ark. You know, an ark is a symbol of a ship. You know, the ark, the arch, you know, the golden ark, the crystal ark, you know. The ark of the covenant. The covenant of the union with Spirit, with the Holy Spirit. Through this awakened state, through this awakened consciousness. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, like a phoenix, we rise from the dust. It's very symbolic. So the mind wants to think in duality. If it's not this, it must be that. If it's not that, it must be this. If it's not black, it must be white. White's good, black's bad, all these things. Black's good, white's bad. You know, this duality that keeps this game going and going, you know, in these time loops until we realize that black is white, white is black, emptiness is form, form is emptiness. This is from the Heart Sutra of Avalokitesvara, the Bodhisattva of compassion. Many of you know it's Kuan Yin or Guan Yin. Avalokitesvara, the Bodhisattva of compassion, clearly saw that the 5 skandhas are empty. The skandhas are the senses, your 5 senses, seeing, thinking, hearing, tasting, touching. No eyes, no ears, no nose, no mind, no body, no seeing, no thinking, no hearing, no tasting, no touch, no world of consciousness. You see, when you awaken to the simulation, you realize that it is all emptiness, that the true nature of the mind is empty. And from this emptiness comes form. But beyond these dualities is where our true venture lies, our true mission. This is how we activate full planetary liberation through the awareness of our true self, beyond words, beyond concepts, what we call the great mystery. The Native Americans, some tribes call Wakantanka, Lakota Sioux, Wakantanka, his great spirit, the great mystery, because it is beyond even thought, beyond imagination. You see it as this mystery, this source that through its imagination created infinite dimensions, infinite universes, infinite timelines to live out all these sequences, to live out all these dreams, all these imaginings, all these thoughts, all these feelings, all these stories. There's great beauty in the stories. There's great suffering also. But what you choose to focus your mind on, the beauty or the sordidness. You see, Krishnamurti would teach God is the great beauty and the great sordidness. The sordidness is that which is ugly, the pain, the suffering, all these things, you see. And Zen Master Bankei would teach that all beings are born perfectly awakened Buddhas. Birth of consciousness, birth of sound, of frequency, of resonance. Everything is frequency, everything is sound. It was that first turning of the mind that created the first sound. Some may say, Om, Om, the bass resonance of the universe. And that frequency reached the noise, the sound of light. That frequency, sound became light, and then light became the particle, and particle became the form. We follow this back through this lineage, through this timeline. Through the compression, everything expands as a sphere and compresses as a square. See, it's non-linear, feminine, sphere, the mother, compressing the father, the son, the positive, coming into the 0 point. We call the still white magnetic light at the center of all things. That is why we're experiencing linear time, because we are compressing into 0 point. And through that 0 point, the singularity, through the still white magnetic light at the center of your being, is rainbow body. When you compress into 0%, 0 point. When your energy, your chi, you bring in, until nothing, until 0. You expand infinitely in a moment, in a second, to the ends of the infinite multiverse as a supernova, soul supernova consciousness, to experience the bliss of God, the bliss of the universe, the bliss of the Christos, Sophia. Sophia is symbolic of the original separation, the sine wave, living in sin meant to separate from yourself, the simulation of separation, because in truth there is no separation, but we're experiencing it. It's real to our mind, our human mind, but to the mind of Buddha, it sees it all as an illusion, as Maya. It says there's great beauty in this Maya. I love Maya. I love truth. I love Source. And I love everybody. And I love myself. This is what being a true master means. It's to live from your heart, the love of the I am. You know the truth because you are the truth. That's why these words resonate with you. People that hate the truth, that hate love, are going to hate what I say here. That's none of my business. I'm not here to be famous or to appease the little mind of man. I'm here to help humanity to flower, to blossom, to bloom. I came for freedom. I came for truth. My sacred condor and I came in this realm to assist humanity, to assist Gaia to ascend to her crystalline butterfly state of 5D, and all our people become 5D avatars, our good people, our humanitarians. See, we live in truth. We live a life of ethics, of morality, of honesty, of authenticity. all these things. And we see the shadow for what it is. We love the shadow. We give the shadow love. We give the dark love. It's what they need, because it was just a moment in eternity of separation and duality and fear, all these things. See, Zen Master Bankei would teach that all beings are born perfectly awakened Buddhas, pure awareness, but that pure awareness, that Buddha mind, gets converted to the three hells. See, hell to the Buddha means just suffering and negative thoughts, feelings, emotions. So we say the three hells are the angry demon, the frightened animal, and the hungry ghost. Never having enough desire, always wanting more, more, more. It's a big problem in this world, as you all know. Also the anger that festers. See, we're not taught in the West. Many cultures have a way to release these emotions, these negative feelings, these negative thoughts. You see, in the West, they're taught, especially men, to hold that in, until you're like a pressure cooker ready to explode. That's what like road rage is. Really, it wasn't that event. It was this pressure that's been building up for days, weeks, months, many for years, holding it in. So that's why I taught for many years. I still teach people in the day-to-day world the Sedona Method, how you allow yourself to feel whatever you're feeling. It's the greatest shadow work, is to say, can I become the witness of these negative thoughts in my mind, in my brain? The mind in the East is in the heart. See, the mind and heart are one. The brain is spirit. The future, present is here. The mind and the heart come together. The wisdom and the knowledge, the eagle and the condor. You see the condor, symbol of wisdom, the eagle, a symbol of knowledge of the north, wisdom of the south, come together. You see the beauty in this. See, this is the prophecy of our Mayan people, transmitted to them through the Pleiadians, that come to us through these teachings, through the shamans, the medicine men and women over the years, and through the prophets of every lineage, taught these things of being a Christed one, being a Buddha, being one with the Tao, one with Allah, one with whatever religion one might follow. Could be one with the sky, one with the earth, it doesn't matter. It's all about oneness. It's all about unity and peace and love. That's what I come here today and in this life to transmit to all of you, the knowledge of your true nature, which is love. It goes by many names, but they're all different fingers pointing to the same truth. That all leads to the heart and to the mind of cosmic consciousness, unity consciousness, Christ consciousness, Buddha consciousness. We must drop all these concepts and say, I am that I am. Just sit in the stillness, in the silence. See, the meditation, the false ones want you to believe it's spiritual bypassing, which is total nonsense, of course. You know this now. Spiritual bypassing is pushing the shadow away, pushing these feelings away, suppressing these feelings. It has nothing to do with these spiritual arts. Spiritual arts is the open sacred space, so it gives you the energy, the gongs. The qigong means energy work, Chinese. The Reiki is universal life force, so we face the shadows, we see them, we send them love. Your inner child needs your love. Your inner child sees only you in the infinite multiverse as God. You're the only being, and you're the only one that can give that child love. So see yourself embracing that child. You could see yourself as a little boy, a little girl, whatever resonates with you, whatever you identify as. See that child and tell that child how much you love him or her, and that you got his or her back. You always have their back. And you're always there for them, to protect them, to keep them safe, and to send them healing, send them love. For that child is alone, it is afraid. If you don't give that wild one your attention, and your compassion. See that child. Like, how would you tell a child if you see a child frightened in the corner, crying, terrified? How are you going to treat that child? You're going to go up to that child, you might hug them, you might say, it's okay. What's wrong? Can I help you? Everything's okay. We'll figure this out. But how do we talk to that child within us? Shut down. Shut up, sit down. Quit crying, you baby. All these things. That's how we treat ourselves. Generally, obviously, those doing the shadow work and that have this knowledge are treating their inner child much better. Much better than that. You're healing that child. That's what gives you power. That's empowering, stifling the child, the creative artist within, the creative visionary within is the wild child that wants to be free from this cage we put him or her in, the caged human animal that's depressed, anxious, all these things. We all feel these sadnesses, depression, anxiety. Many of us suffered many years from PTSD. I know I did. So those feelings rose up. I had to go to the masters. The Zen master pulled me out of the deepest, darkest hell anyone could imagine to prepare me for this mission, to assist all of you the best I can through these daily transmissions I put out on the channel, Paul White Gold Eagle, and these Dharma Talks. This is really the only video you'll ever need to watch, but we appreciate all of your support watching our videos, sending your donations. We couldn't be doing this work without you. So we're very grateful for each and every one of you, my sacred condor, and I bow to you, those that show up every day, every month, and that have been supporting. Many of you have supported us over many years, so thank you very much. We know our divine dispensations are coming soon, so until then, we rely on your support, so we're very grateful. You can check out how to support us through egolovecondor.com. I'm going to end this part of this video today, this transmission right now, and then I'll be adding a few more. I have a sacred portal. I want to transmit some energy to all of you, a couple other things. So just be aware through this eclipse corridor over the next 10, 15 days, we're going to have massive energies, massive shifts coming in. We're going to see a lot of chaos in the external world. We're navigating through this chaotic node and the 20th, 21st through this equinox gateway. We are going to call in our highest timeline, our new golden age of the Satya Yuga, of 5D. This is the end of the Kali Yuga, of the dark ages into the golden ages. But this is the golden age of eternity. Never to fall asleep again, never to fall for the drama, for the lies, the delusion, the illusion, the manipulations. You see, it's very addictive, these low densities, these low frequencies. The pain body just loves, the archons love to feed on that. But we created the archons ultimately from the beginning to keep this simulation going, continuing these time loops for consciousness to evolve. They played their role. Now we tell them, thank you for your work. Thank you. You did a great job keeping this simulation going as long as we needed to, but humanity has realized they have suffered enough. We have suffered enough, and the job is done. You can go home now. You can retire. That we got it from here. Our inside crew, our starseed earth angelics of the 144, we have it from here. We're taking the reins. We're taking our power back, our kings and queens of the new Avalon, of the new earth. We do this with an open heart, an open mind. And vulnerability, all our vulnerabilities have come out in these final days, and we accept those and just laugh. We laugh our way to freedom when we realize the nonsense of it all. The game this wheel, this rat race, this wheel of karma, this wheel of samsara. Karma simply cause and effect. What goes up must come down. We live in these laws of physics. And samsara is the cycle of birth and death, the cycle of suffering, disease, of death, all these things. This is what we are resolving perfectly in the unborn, eternal mind of Buddha in this now, forevermore. That's what's so beautiful about these end times, the end of linear time, where we merge the physical with the non-physical, linear with non-linear, internal with external. When we realize that it is simply a mirror, the mind is the mirror, and we become one with the mirror and reflect itself perfectly. And in this perfect reflection is samadhi. Samadhi is divine union. It is enlightenment, nirvana, which is eternal, pure awareness, Buddha mind. And in that moment of purity, of clarity, we are the Buddha, we are the Christ, we are the Tao, we are the I Am that's here now. So thank you for joining us today. Thank you all for your support. We appreciate each and every one of you. Stay in the heart, stay present here now, in this body where I always am, and enjoy the rest of this video, of this transmission. Namaste. The eagle and the condor love you all. Aho. Namaste, beloved beings of light. I'm here in this most beautiful sacred portal, here with a good friend of mine, the most powerful elemental that I have found in this sacred portal I call Grandfather Medicine Tree. You can see these beautiful mosses. They're very moist here today. We have a light rain coming down. I wanted to shoot a quick transmission here in the woods, out in nature here on Gaia, on Mother Earth, for this powerful day, for this powerful eclipse, this blood moon, and Virgo, the virgin energy, the divine mother energy coming in through this most powerful eclipse corridor and into the equinox. So feel into the energy, the medicine of this green. This symbolizes heart chakra, the heart chakra, the healing energy of the green, the earth, the mosses. So we'll do a quick mudra together, and then I'll transmit the Sedona Method to help you with some of these ascension symptoms, ascension activations, energies. So this mudra is to help you connect with your higher self, to help you connect, experience directly your God self, infinite source creator, your oneness with source. So we're going to put our two hands together, fold over the fingers, and touch the pinky tip to the pinky, and the index to the index, and the thumb come together. And put this in front of heart center, this mudra. And feel your oneness with Source, with your higher self, with God consciousness, Buddha consciousness. Feel the power, the energy. We're surrounded by so much beauty here with these ferns, these mosses and these trees, these sacred trees of Pachamama. This is the medicine. We need to return to nature, return to the natural way, return to the Tao, the way, the truth, the life, the I am presence here now. So I'll stand in this tree, in grandfather tree, to keep me dry, as it's just a light rain, a drizzle here. Do this if you can stand with your back to a tree. You can feel the energy. I feel the energy of this ancient tree surrounding me, surrounding my body, my vessel. And see deity in your mind's eye, in your heart. See the great mother, Gaia, embodied in form. Keep feeling deeper and deeper into this pure presence, pure awareness of infinite Source Creator. This mudra will help you tap into your infinite creative potential too. As creator beings, for we are consciously co-creating the new heaven upon the new earth together. Keep holding this posture, this mudra, to feel the activation, feel the connection deep within yourself. See the kingdom of heaven within you. The great central sun is within you and all around you. Feel the still white magnetic light at the center of all things. Their pure awareness, pure bliss consciousness. And smile into your heart, connecting to this mudra, connecting to Source, your true nature, your higher self. And smile, 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 ground, 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 ground into the earth as we ascend to the heavens as a rainbow bridge, connecting heaven to earth through our sacred vessel, our 5D avatars, our crystalline rainbow light bodies activating in this now. Keep going through and through and through until full and total compression breakthrough. The supernova souls of infinite expansion. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. I take refuge in the Buddha of infinite light and infinite life. Aho. So now let us take a few minutes here. Take some slow, deep breaths. Filling your body with the heavenly chi. Feel the energy flowing through your vessel, through your body, through your soul, through your spirit, at one with Source, one of pure consciousness, pure awareness. In this now, in this now, in this now. So now I'll transmit the Sedona Method to all of you. This was created by Lester Levinson many years ago when he realized on his deathbed that most humans are walking around like pressure cookers ready to explode, suppressing emotions, suppressing feelings, locking these feelings away, locking away this energy. And he developed this method. He had an epiphany, a realization that we need to allow ourselves to feel what we're feeling and allow ourselves to let it go and be kind to ourselves. Ask yourselves, don't tell yourself what to do. Ask in kindness. So he ended up healing himself and teaching this method, which It's coined Sedona Method after our beautiful Sedona, Arizona. We're surrounded by the winged nation here, such beauty, the sounds, the lights of New Earth, of 5D shining through. We're still resolving some interference patterns laid over 5D in these final days of the false matrix simulation. We resolve all things perfectly in the unborn mind of Buddha. So we begin the Sedona Method. You see, every thought we have has a physiological effect, good, bad, right, or wrong. If you have positive thoughts, it generally has a positive effect on the physical vessel. Negative thoughts, negative feelings generally have negative effect on the physical body, physiology. What causes dis-ease? To be out of ease causes suffering. These anxieties, fears, angers, suppressed emotions. So whatever you're feeling, I taught this and have used this many, many times over many years. I still use this sometimes. If my body needs my help with my mind to release tension, release pain. Very good for pain, or sickness, illness, headaches, whatever it is, stomach aches. Now, whatever you're feeling in your body, if it's uncomfortable, just ask yourself. We begin this with an opening question, and then 3 questions follow. The opening question is, can I allow myself to feel whatever it is I'm feeling? So if it's a headache, or say, can I allow myself to feel this headache? Can I? And just simply answer yes or no. Don't try to contemplate it. Just give whatever comes to your mind, whatever you feel. There's no right or wrong answer. You might have a release even if you say no. No, I can't allow myself. You might laugh. It might be what you need. Your higher self knows what you need. So can I allow myself to feel this pain in my abdomen? Say you have a stomach ache, an ache in your lower dantian, stomach, intestines, whatever. Pain, nausea, all these things it helps with. Nausea, vertigo. Can I allow myself to feel this pain in my stomach? So yes or no, whatever you say, whatever you answer, yes or no. Then move on to the first question. Even if you say no, move on to, could I let this pain in my abdomen go? Could I let whatever it is I'm feeling go? This suffering, this stress, could I allow myself? Yes or no? Now, no maybes here. Just answer it honestly, yes, no. So, regardless, yes or no, would I let this feeling go? Would I let this pain go? If I could, would I? Even if I can't, would I, if I could? If it's a possibility, would I even want to? Yes or no? Then the final question, to bring it all to this now, the question is, when? Regardless of what your answer, yes or no, when? When always brings you to now, because there is no future to let go into. We let go now or never. There is no never, so we either let go now or in a future now. There is no I'm going to let go in the future, because the future never comes. It's always now. So that when triggers, it can trigger the release. This is all about releasing these shadows, these emotions, these attachments of the false programs, of the false paradigm, of the false projections. So keep going through the question, could I allow myself to feel this pain in my neck? Could I allow myself to feel this? Yes, I could. Can I allow myself? Can I allow myself? Yes. If I'm a nice person to myself, yes, I could. Yes, angel, you are beautiful. Aho. Could I let this feeling go? Could I let this stress go? Could I let this pain go? Yes. Would I let this pain go? Would I let this suffering go? Yes. When? When is the greatest teacher? Because only now exists. Now is eternity. So it's a very powerful, you just keep going through and through. If the first time it doesn't release, do it again. Keep doing it till you feel either the pain subside, pain go away, the headache dissipate, all, until you feel the release. You might laugh, you might cry, you might sneeze, you might cough. Releases come in many shapes and forms. We don't judge. We just are grateful that we can release. We can release. It's all about letting go. Freedom is about letting go of the pain and the suffering. Healing is about letting go, releasing what no longer serves us or humanity, releasing the negative thoughts, negative feelings, negative projections, letting them go, let them return to source, let them return to where they came, the originator, the original mind. When these false projections of ignorance rose up, we realize it and we let them go. We don't become attached to them. This is all part of the healing process. So let us know in the comments if you use this method, your experience, if this helps. It's a very powerful tool, just like our breath work. Slow, deep breathing, or Qigongs, these are all tools to help us through this great ascension, through this great shift of the ages. We all need all the help we can get. We have teams with us, but sometimes we need to do the work ourselves and help ourselves along in this journey of ascension. We're all in this together. We're all in this as a team to awaken from the dream. Do you hear the echo, 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 echo? This is a beautiful being. Amazing, powerful medicine man, medicine elemental. One of my favorite beings. Grandfather tree. This exquisite moss. The green. So have a beautiful, blessed day. We appreciate you all. We're grateful for all of you and your support. Namaste. Okay, beloved beings of light, we're going to finish up today's transmission with a special request, and then I'm going to play the Native American flute for all of you to get into that calm, peaceful mind of balance, harmony, joy through the sound of the sacred flute. So you may have seen in the past where I found the sacred valley I call Happy Valley of the eagle and the condor. I found the other day on the GIS map where it shows you every plot of land in the country and who owns it, that this land that my sacred condor and I need to return to and to procure for our sanctuary, and for my sacred condor to nurture the land, and for her and I to be able to help in our mission of full planetary liberation and to help heal Gaia, Mother Earth, and I can create my talisman. So what we found is that this land, which is very interesting, that the plot of the land is shaped like a pyramid on the map in Washington, and it's owned by the Department of Natural Resources of Washington State and the State Forest Board. So if you could do us a huge favor, if any of you have any connections, if you work for or know anyone that works for the Department of Natural Resources that can get them in touch with us, we'll try to send them a letter. In the meantime, the State Forest Board. So if you know anyone that works for, if you work for, please leave your name and email in the comments below that we can get in touch to help us to procure this land any way possible. I'll do whatever it takes. This is part of our final mission. This is very important. And We are grateful if you could help us. And I don't want to have to go squat on this land. Is that law in Washington? If you put up a piece of property, you then own that land? I don't know. I don't know the laws here in this world and in this state, But we're doing what we can. So hopefully, I'll put a link in the description if you haven't seen a couple of videos. The last one I did of the Christ consciousness transmission was above this valley. So you can just feel into this energy, and if you could do us a big favor and hold this space, if you see the eagle and the condor returning to our sacred land, see the Great Spirit guided me to this very special portal in Washington State that I know is part of our final mission, that I need to help accelerate this ascension and to help with our mission of planetary liberation and to heal ourselves, heal humanity, and heal the earth. You see, Mother Earth and us, we are one. We are part of Earth and she is a part of us. So as she heals, we heal, and as we heal, she heals. It's like a mirror. So we are one. The separation is part of the illusion. So as you heal yourself, you're helping heal the collective, and you help heal the world and Earth, Mother Earth, Gaia, Pachamama. We're very grateful for all of you joining us in this mission, and we hope you have a most beautiful, blessed, and sacred full blood moon in Virgo. And happy Holy Day, Holi. This is sacred ceremony of the Hindu tonight and into tomorrow, 13th, 14th. I'm recording this last part of the video, the night of the eclipse. This is Thursday, the 13th of the Divine Feminine, the Divine Goddess. Tonight into the morning will be this full lunar eclipse and the blood moon and the holy ceremony, which is the divine union, the divine love of Krishna and Radha. This is a physical manifestation of divine masculine, divine feminine, physical manifestation and representation of Shakti and Shiva, which my sacred condor and I, holding this prophecy, the code of the eagle and the condor, we hold the code of Shakti and Shiva. This is divine union, both within and without. The yin merging with the yang and the yang merging with the yin. So I'm going to take a few minutes, prepare my mind and body, step aside, and let the Tao move through me. As I play the flute, you can sit in meditation, take slow, deep breaths, and just feel the energy. When I play the flute, I'll be activating each of your chakras, so you can see the root, the red, the energy flowing up from the root. This is the Kundalini rising. The sound of the flute will help the Kundalini find its way up your central channel. We call Sushumna or Katika. In Tibetan Buddhism, Katika, Sushumna is the Sanskrit, and the Hindus use the Sushumna. It's the central channel that flows up the body. So this in the center of the body, following the spine, the chakras, the root, you see the red. So see the red lighting up, and the orange of the sacral, a yellow solar plexus, green, the heart chakra, blue of the throat, violet crown. You can see purple into the third eye. It's the violet, and then in the crown you could see the white, the gold, and then into the white, the still white magnetic light of Source Creator. So you can put your hands on your lap, palm up, palm down. Tuck your chin in, spine gently straight, and breathe in and out your nose. And you can close your eyes and feel into this energy. Have a most beautiful, blessed, sacred, most powerful, full blood moon in Virgo, the Virgin, the Priestess, the Goddess. Namaste.